We're going to go to Massachusetts. Wayne, you've got a 2000 DTS, and you ran over a tractor tire. Welcome to Bobby Likis Car Clinic, Wayne.
Morning, Bobby. It was a tractor-trailer tire that had blown off of the trailer of a tractor-trailer. 2 o'clock in the morning, pitch black, never saw it. It threw the driver's side of the car completely off the road. So what my problem is I took the car to the Cadillac dealer, had them do the repairs. They did the cosmetics and claimed there was no mechanical damage, but yet when I hit a pothole or something now, it's like there's no suspension at all.
Well, I certainly would take the car back, and I would take them for a ride. Are you telling me that you had a tire that was fully inflated?
No, it was a steel-belted radial blowout that a tractor-trailer had
stripped
lost
out.
the entire thing, but it wasn't just a piece. It was the whole tire.
Well, ironically, in fact, I saw here on the screen, Cynthia, who is screening today and taking your calls, mentioned that had ran over a tractor tire, and Bill and I were just talking before the start of the program. I, too, had that happen to me. I was running about 75 miles per hour coming down I-10 from Atlanta one evening, and it was late in the evening. I was actually beside a semi-tractor trailer, and I was beyond the wheel. So I was secured in the passing lane, not past the tractor trailer, but next to the tractor trailer. And next thing I see, there's what looked like a tree straight across the highway, and I went over the tree. And of course, as I did, it turned out to be what's called in the industry an alligator, and it was the tread off of a semi tire. And all it did for this car was bruise the catalytic converters, put black marks, skid marks, and black marks on them, but didn't hurt the car. But if your car is damaged, I guess the best thing to do is take it to a suspension shop and have them to check the suspension from top to bottom.
Well, what my problem is that the Cadillac dealer claims that it couldn't have damaged the car, like I said. But it wasn't the alligator. It was the complete tread. It was
a complete tire.
It was like maybe 8 to 12 inches off of the ground, and I never saw it. I was in the passing lane, and as I found out about 5 minutes later, there was a car ahead of me that was beside the truck as the tire blew,
wow.
And he hit it, and it wiped out his entire spoiler system.
Wayne.
And when I hit it, on the DTS, it knocked out the fog lights, the parking light, and the entire bumper section on the front of the driver's side.
I suggest you call your insurance company.
I already did. The insurance company doesn't have a problem with the repairs. It's the dealer. The dealer's claiming that it didn't happen at with the accident, and I haven't had the problem since, or didn't have the problem before the accident. But by the same token, I'm getting like a grinding sound. You know how it is. I had a 86 Mark 7 that I lost the suspension on, and that's exactly what this sounds like, is that grinding sound you get because there is no suspension.
Well, is there a second opinion? Can you get a second opinion of a suspension shop there in Massachusetts in your hometown?
Well, that's what I'm in the process of doing, but I was just curious. I was just surfing and saw this site, and I figured I'd give them a quick call and see.
I think that's a great idea, and I will tell you, Wayne, what I would highly recommend. Number one, you call your insurance agent, tell them you're not satisfied with the repairs, you still got a problem there, and you're going to take it to another shop, and they're going to take a look at it and then advise you, and then you call your insurance agent, and the agent will go out and look at your car on site and inspect and drive your car, because that's what you pay them for. Hey, thanks for calling, and watch out for the alligators on the highway. We'll take another call from Dean. Dean, welcome to Bobby Likis Car Clinic.
Hey, good morning, Bobby.
Good morning.
I absolutely love this show. My favorite show on Talk Radio.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let me tell you what I've got going on here that is driving me insane. I have a 95 Ford Escort and 1.9 liter. This car has been an absolute gem, but I got a problem now that's driving me up the wall. I have a rough starting condition, and it clears within about 10 seconds. But by the same token, I've lost 10 miles per gallon. I've gone from 26 city down to, yesterday when I checked, at 16.7 on the last tank.
Can you tell me?
Now, I've done the following items
Dean,
either
let me
in
ask
the
you a
last
question.
couple weeks or last few months.
Dean, may I ask you a
Yes.
question?
Sure.
Can you tell me if the oil, have you smelled the oil? Does the oil get dark? Or is the oil dark, or have you paid attention to it?
I have paid attention, and I change the oil about every 3,000 miles, and no, it's not dark.
Okay.
All right.
And the reason for my question, my answer there is, what I was thinking is that you had injector problems and you were leaking injector fluid, or gasoline it's called, injector fluid. I can tell you a story about some injector fluid, but I won't.
Okay.
That's as a rule, and those cars, they did have some injector problems, and if you lost that much MPG, then it stands to reason. Here's the easiest thing to do. Rather than you try to tell me all the things that has been done, just let me ask you a couple of questions. Has anyone checked the operating pressure and residual pressure of the fuel system?
No, that's kind of the next thing on the list because I'm thinking possible fuel pump here.
Well, I disagree with the fuel pump.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I mean, don't relegate yourself to. In other words, we want to know that if the system specifications call for 45 psi, we want to know that your system is operating at 45 psi, and then we want to know, because here's where the residual comes in. We turn the key off. Let's say it's operating at 45 psi. Well, that looks pretty good to me. Look, it's within specs, 46, 44. You turn the key off, and then we watch the pressure. And the pressure is going to fall from 46 or 44 down to 25 or 30.
Okay.
And it should stay there for at least 15 or 20 minutes. But if yours falls immediately to 20 and then 15 and then in 5 minutes you're at zero pressure, then there's leakage either on the pressure regulator or an injector or the fuel pump check valve itself. But you cannot have, so that's residual pressure, and that's a to-do. One more quick question. Can you tell me if the engine's temperature is running as normal as always?
It has.
Okay. I was hoping maybe you had a cold engine because that'll eat gas. It's good for 5 or 6 miles per gallon. A loss if you had a thermostat that was stuck in the open position, because the computer would think the choke was on, would think the engine was cold and put more fuel in there. So I think it would behoove you to do a fuel pressure test and then get that fuel pressure test, and once you get that test, then you'll have the next steps.